Hello, everyone. My name is Ben Greiner. Today is Friday, April 20th, 2018, and this is our monthly message to our wonderful Forget Computers clients and Robot Cloud subscribers. Welcome. Before we dive into today's topic, I'd like to review a few new items in our Help Center, support.forgetcomputers.com. I just want to highlight a few articles. First of all, Apple introduces new iPad with Apple Pencil support. It's geared towards schools. They did an announcement here in Chicago, which was very exciting. If you want to save some money and not go the Apple iPad Pro route, you can now use an Apple Pencil with an iPad. There are some caveats. I would read this article and reach out to us if you have any questions. In addition, Facebook is on the minds of everyone these days, or at least it's in the news. We have an article about that. Here's how to lock down your Facebook privacy settings. Nothing on Facebook is ever completely private. Keep in mind, you don't pay a monetary fee to use the Facebook service, but you do pay in the information you collect and provide to Facebook. So if you're unclear on that, read through that article, ask us any questions. Speaking about privacy and security, I want to draw attention to an article about Apple Pay. But Apple Pay, faster, easier, more secure than a credit card. And Apple is very much aware of privacy concerns. In my opinion, I may be biased. They are more concerned about it than the likes of Facebook and Google. So this is just one example. Check that out. And then lastly, I mentioned last month that for our Robot Cloud subscribers, I was going to have an article on how to disable alerts for inactive devices. That article is posted. These are the instructions. If you subscribe to Dashboard and you run your own Jamf Pro server, these are the instructions for building an extension attribute that will allow you to mark devices as inactive. And that's a really great feature that we're taking full advantage of here at Forget Computers. If you're a Forget Computers subscriber and you have a device you want to mark as inactive, let us know. If you missed last month's webinar, go to forgetcomputers.com. Every month I say this, we're going to have an easier way to get to these videos, but until then, go to events. This is today's event. Nothing's posted there yet. Go to last month, and here's the video recording of last month with some helpful links. Last month, we talked about the importance of workflow and reviewed a couple of examples, including a new hire workflow and a sample job workflow, or rather how a job travels through an office. And speaking of workflow, today we're going to talk about our new workflow. Oh, yes. Sorry, this is a prompt. I threw this in at the last minute because I can't go a month without talking about security. We recently had a client nearly fall prey to a phishing attack. And the way it was carried out was there was a domain name, the client's domain name, which I'm not going to share here. This is a made-up company YOLO, which I haven't verified if that's a valid address or not. I have no idea where that address goes. I do not recommend you check it out at work. Who knows where it goes? But I made that up, YOLO, just to show you an example of what this phishing attack was all about. They took the actual domain name of the customer and they changed one letter. That looked very similar. In this case, I've changed the L to an I, and you can see that's a very subtle change. You look at them side by side at first glance, you may not even notice it, especially with small type. And they carried on a conversation with this person thinking they were communicating with someone of their own team. Fortunately, there was some strange questions about transferring money that came up, and they picked up the phone, started asking questions, discovered this was a phishing attack. They brought it to our attention, and really wasn't until it was brought to our attention that they noticed the domain name was different. So you have to be diligent, you have to be aware, you have to educate your team on what tactics people are using to try to infiltrate small businesses. This was a small business. Okay, on to today's topic, technology alignment. And by the way, this is really geared more towards our Forget Computers customers. If you're a Robot Cloud customer, I encourage you to listen in because you may want to take some of these ideas and concepts and apply them to your own customer base. But this is going to be more focused on our Forget Computers clients. So today we're going to touch on a new and improved workflow that we have. It's all about aligning technology with business goals and how our teams can better communicate the best use technology to drive your business forward. The process is something we have always tried to execute on for years, but to be honest, the results have often been a bit nebulous and difficult to communicate. We all know that if something is unclear and difficult to communicate, then it rarely gets done effectively. So we went in search of a solution to how we could better communicate with our clients, especially around what we see when it comes to how our clients use technology. One of the solutions we toyed around with was the concept of a report card, some way to systematically grade our clients and show them how well they're doing and where they can improve. Now, first of all, right away, I can tell you no one likes to be graded, unless you're getting all A's, right? No one likes to see that report card and say, oh yeah, I'm not doing so well here. I need to improve. So that's the concept, but that's not really the approach that we wanted to take. And we knew a report card was not quite the answer. Regardless, we started working on a framework for what was critical for all of our clients to have when it comes to technology. And in the process of researching a solution, we found TrueMethods.com. And after learning more about their solution, we decided they're already years ahead of where we wanted to be and where we want our clients to be. So earlier this year, we subscribed to their program, and I want to introduce it to you today. The concepts are fairly simple, but there's a lot that goes on in the background. And as this slide demonstrates, business goals and technology constantly changing. So how do we align two moving targets so that we're being as efficient as possible? That's the goal. So I'm going to go through a very high-level summary of what this looks like. And the first step is to align technology with a set of standards. And this is where the True Methods framework is really invaluable, because we were trying to build our own standards and we were struggling. I mean, it's a time-consuming process. So I want to show you briefly, going back to True Methods, what this sort of looks like behind the scenes. So I'm going to log in. I'm going to use one password and my fingerprint ID to unlock. Autofill, I have no idea what that password is. First, we had to create a set of standards. True Methods has a set of standards that's broken down into 6 areas. These are the 6 areas. And because there are over 350 standard questions here in this framework, that's a lot to go through. We're starting with just core infrastructure. So we're looking at core infrastructure, which is broken down into 5 subcategories, and each category has a set of questions. For example, WPA2 authentication security. Everyone should be doing that, right? That is a standard that everyone should have on their wireless platform. The great thing about this, unlike the concept of a report card, is we're not grading our clients on whether we think they're doing well or not. We're simply going through a list of standards that the industry believes are best standards. The question is, it has a yes or no answer. We're either doing this or not at this particular location. We've taken this template and we're focused on core infrastructure, and we're customizing it for our own client base, which is primarily Apple, and then further customizing it per client. So this is the beginning of what this looks like. A couple points I want to mention right away. First, it requires a lot of work to respond to all of these questions. So it will take us some time to roll this out. And we're starting with the core infrastructure section. The good news is our team is going to handle this. There's 0 involvement required from your team at this point. So it's a lot of extra work, but no extra work for our customers. Second, unlike a report card, which could be subjective, these questions are, as I mentioned, all yes or no answers. So we're simply evaluating what's happening in your office and if it meets the standard or not. That's the underlying step 1, and I'm going to head back into the keynote. So once we've done that review, yes or no, are the standards being met? Once we have completed the questions, we review the impact on your business, at least from our perspective. We look at the areas that need improvement and schedule a time to present the summary to your executive team. In the past, we have and will continue to make ongoing recommendations. These recommendations may be posted in our ticketing system, discussed during on-site visits, or while working with our support desk, or even during more strategic calls with me or another member of our team. The challenge we have is all these recommendations are too easily lost and forgotten. We make a recommendation, we record it in a ticket or in a documentation area, but like everyone, our clients are busy, and it's too easy to lose track of what is priority. On the flip side, our recommendations may seem relevant to us and your business, but you may have a very valid business case for why it's not important for your business at this time. With our new technology alignment process, we can look at it more clearly. This is what we found during the alignment process. These are our recommendations. This is why we believe it's important. The sit-down meeting with your team allows us to confirm, discuss, and validate how these recommendations impact your business and if they should be acted upon. This process allows us to better get ahead of and track how technology affects your business. So part 2 is to sit down and discuss whether the technology issues that we've discovered are important to you. And if they are, what do we need to do about them? So that's the impact on your business, and that's where we do need your involvement. It doesn't take a lot of time, we're going to summarize this. We're going to present it to you. We're going to discuss it. We're going to document it. So next time down the road, the next quarter, the next year, the next alignment review, we can reflect on what we talked about last time and continue to make improvements, which means we have to periodically realign. And that's a key component here. We're constantly realigning. So the last step is then to align these recommendations with your business goals. So we've looked at the standards, we've discussed what's important to you. Now let's see how you want to get there. And this involves mapping out a budget for the next month, the next quarter, the next year, maybe the next few years, which is something that we've always wanted to get to, but once again has always been a challenge. So we believe this framework is going to help us better get there. Following the discussion together around how our technology alignment impacts your business, we can better align your technology needs with your business goals. And now that we have a framework for improving this process, it's going to be easier to get better and better at it. We start to build a historical reference around what is needed, what was tabled, what was acted upon, and we can start to forecast and budget more easily for the future. This is really exciting to me because it is truly taking a proactive approach to your investment in technology. So it's really a way to visualize everything that we've been working on, show it and share it with you, make sure we're in agreement, your team and our team, and then systematically make progress on it. And like I said, this is something that we have been doing for years. We've just never had a system this clean and clear and concise to show a client, and therefore the conversation gets muddled. In review, the summary looks like this. Align with technology standards. Those are the standards that we will have gotten from 2 methods, and we continue to customize and develop as technology changes. What's the impact on your business? We sit down, we talk about it, and then we align those recommendations that we agree on with your business goals and your budget, and then we repeat. We periodically repeat. It could be quarterly, could be twice a year, could be yearly. It's that simple, but it's going to take us some time to get there. And because of the additional time and resources required to deliver this, we are currently only rolling this out to our VIP and Pro Support Plus customers. If you're not sure if this is part of your support package, or if you're interested in participating and having our team get involved in helping your team align your technology with your business goals, please contact us. I want to mention next month, we're going to move the meeting to a Wednesday because I'm not available on Friday. So Wednesday, May 16th, we are going to be talking about our support desk. Our support desk is another concept that sounds very simple, at least to us, because this is how we work every day, but it's often a foreign concept to not just potential clients, but even long-time clients who may not understand exactly how our support desk works. So sometimes in the process of trying to get support, they're not getting it as efficiently as they could be if maybe they understood the system. And this is a system that we've developed and we continue to fine-tune over the past 13 years now we've had a support desk. That's it. Have a great weekend. I appreciate everyone joining, and we'll see you next month. Thank you very much.